So in this session we'll see the concepts such as classes and objects, which is very important in object oriented programming. What are objects and classes? An object is something tangible or something that can be apprehended intellectually, such as time, date. So an object is an instant of a class and we want our class to be a grouping of conceptually related state and behavior. So if you look at again an object, it's something tangible. So we have Ben, Sanat Jayasuriya, Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting, Ronaldo. So we can call those as objects. And also things such as Ferrari, Toyota, those things. Something that can be apprehended intellectually, such as time, date, can also be an object. Always keep in mind that object is an instance of a class. So if Ben is a person, or Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting, so Ben Stokes, if you say Ben is an instance of the class persons. So if you elaborate it more, it's a specific object that belongs to the class persons. So now we have some kind of an understanding about an object and what is the difference between classes. An object is an instance of a class. An object is something tangible and something that can be apprehended intellectually. So let's see the basic components of an object. No matter what object we are talking about, it a physical, legal, conceptual object, etc., we can think of it in terms of three fundamental aspects. We have three fundamental aspects. So let's see those aspects. An object has state, behavior, and identity. So this is really important. The object has state, behavior, and identity. State can be considered as attributes, properties, such as data and variables. Behavior, operations and interactions. Those are called methods. Identity is a unique identifier, address in memory. Object has state, behavior, and identity. So we learned the three fundamental aspects of an object. So if we take an example, time is an object apprehended intellectually. State or attributes, we have hours and minutes and seconds. Behavior, the second aspect, behavior or the operations. We can have set hours, set minutes, set seconds. So we are setting the time, a behavior. Identity would have a unique ID in the mod. Suppose you are to write a code for a bank and you are asked to write a class account. So in this case, you can pause this video and see what is the state behavior for a bank, state and the behavior for a bank. So you can pause this video and take some time and think. Once again, state refers to the attributes or properties. That means data and variables. Behavior, operations, interactions. So those are called methods. In the time class, we had state, behavior, state, hours, minutes, seconds. Behavior, set hours, set minutes, set seconds. So in this case, in the class account, what is state, behavior for a bank account? So here we represent the class graphically using UML, Unified Modeling Language. So this is the way. We have account and we have the state such as balance. So here the dash means private. And for behavior, we have withdraw, deposit, get balance and close. So the behaviors are public. So we have kept the state private using the dash, and we have the behavior public. So if we have the account class, so here we have found the state and the behavior. State is the balance, the account balance. Behavior, what kind of methods, operations. Withdraw, deposit, get balance and close. So we have given the data types and the parameter values and the return types as well. So let's examine the account class. The declaration of the class, public class account, the name of the class is account, and we have the state, instance variables, private, double, balance. Next we have constructors. To initialize objects, to create instances, we have constructors. We'll be looking into the topic constructors in a detailed manner in a future session. And next we have behavior, the instance methods to change or show the state of an account. So we have the behavior, withdraw, deposit, get balance and close. Class declaration. In general, by convention, a class name always starts with a capital letter. A class declaration contains declarations of instance methods and instance variables. Typically, a class declaration also contains declaration of constructors. So we have public class, class name, variable declarations, constructor declarations, method declarations. The order it's not important, but this is the standard way of class declaration. So it's always encouraged to follow the proper standard, the standard way rather. So the order is not important, but it's always recommended to follow the standard way. Instance variables. An instance variable can hold a single value. For example, private, double, balance. And also an instance variable can hold an object. So we will not worry about the details of this for now. Instance variables are typically defined as private. This facilitates the information hiding between classes. Non-access modifiers, private. Information hiding is essential in industry. So we are talking about information hiding in a future session in a detailed way. Instance methods. Instance methods represent the behavior and alter the state of an object. Instance methods represent the behavior. So we know that the object has state and behavior. We use instance methods to represent the behavior and alter the state of an object. In the account example, so we have deposit, which increases the balance of the account by a specified amount, and the withdraw, which decreases the balance of the account by a specified amount. Get balance prints the balance of the account, and close will close the account. So normal behavior of the general behavior of a bank account, so we have listed in the account example as instance methods. We have deposit, withdraw, get balance, and close. So the instance method also provide the interface for classes. Different objects can communicate with each other via their instance methods. So the instance methods provide the interface for classes. That means different objects can communicate with each other via the instance methods. So in order to achieve this goal, in order to achieve this communication, methods are typically defined as public. That means can be accessed by the members of other classes. So we should use public in that case. Declaring instance methods. So this is very important. So you have to follow the syntax: public void deposit open bracket double amount. Public is the access modifier. Void is the return type. So we use void. If no value is returned, we use void. Deposit is the method name that we choose. So we have the chance to choose the name. And amount, parameter list, type and name. Type is double, the name is amount. We can have many as required. Access modifier, the declaration of an instance variable, a constructor, and an instance method, or even a class begins with the access modifier, public or private. So let's see what is public. The entity can be accessed by other classes. That means public. Private, the entity is only accessible from within the class itself. So if we have private, you have to keep in mind that the entity is only accessible from within the class itself. But if it's public, the entity can be accessed by other classes. So in general, instance variables will be private and instance methods and constructors will be public. That's the end of the session. So if we get a summary, in this session we studied about classes and objects. So we studied about the object and we learned that object is an instance of a class. So we found the basic components in an object, the three fundamental aspects: state, behavior, and identity. Object has state, behavior, and identity. State refers to the attributes, properties, or data variables. Behavior, operations, interactions, methods. Identity, unique identifier. So we looked into few examples: state, behavior, identity. Then we studied about the account class. We represented the class graphically with unified modeling language. So we have state and behavior here. So this is the account class declaration. Then we studied about instance variables, instance methods, and we also learned that instance methods represent the behavior and can those are used to alter the state of an object. Instance methods. Next important point, we learned declaration of instance methods. So this is very important. Then we learned about access modifiers, and that's all. That's the end of the session.